Hi, I'm Theo Gilbert-Jamison with Performance Solutions by Design. And in this session, we're focusing on executive presence. Now, in my leadership and executive coaching practice, what I find is that many leaders struggle with developing executive presence, mainly because many of them lack clarity surrounding exactly what it is. So allow me to define. You see, executive presence is the ability to project confidence, competence, and authority while also being approachable and relatable. It's also a combination of skills, behaviors, and traits that enable you to command respect and inspire others to follow your lead. And leaders with strong executive presence are often perceived as confident, credible, and influential. They are skilled communicators who can articulate their ideas clearly and effectively. And they are also skilled at building strong relationships with others and are able to connect with people from all walks of life. Keep in mind, executive presence is not just about having a commanding presence or being the most charismatic person in the room. It's also about being able to adapt to different situations, building trust and rapport with others, and projecting a sense of composure and authority. Think about it. In the business world, executive presence is often associated with senior leadership roles. However, it is a skill that can be developed at any level. And by developing the skills and behaviors associated with executive presence, leaders just like you can enhance their professional reputation, increase their influence, and achieve greater success in their careers. Now, you may be thinking, why is executive presence so important? Well, there are 5 crucial reasons to consider. 1, credibility. When you project confidence, competence, and authority, people are more likely to trust and respect you. This is especially important in business settings where decisions need to be made quickly, and trust is essential for building strong relationships. 2, influence. You see, people with executive presence are often seen as influential and persuasive, and they are able to communicate their ideas effectively and inspire others to follow their lead. 3, career advancement. Executive presence is often associated with senior leadership roles, and developing it can increase your chances of being considered for these type positions. It can also help you stand out from your peers and gain recognition for your achievements. 4, networking. Building strong relationships are key components of executive presence, and networking is an important part of building these relationships. You see, by projecting confidence and being approachable, you can build a strong network of contacts who can help you achieve your career goals. And finally, 5, personal development. Developing executive presence can also be beneficial for your personal growth, and it can help you develop self-awareness, improve your communication skills, and become more adaptable to different situations. Overall, executive presence is important because it can help you achieve your goals, build strong relationships, and succeed in your career. And by developing the skills and behaviors associated with executive presence, you can increase your influence, gain respect, and achieve greater success in your personal and professional life. So what percentages of leaders do you believe possess executive presence? Well, while there may not be any exact percentage, this multifaceted trait can vary based on the industry, the culture of the organization, and individual preferences. However, it is generally agreed that executive presence is a highly desirable trait for leaders to possess. And many organizations invest in leadership and executive development programs to help their leaders master it. Now, some surveys and studies have attempted to measure the prevalence of executive presence in leadership roles. For example, a study by the Center for Talent Innovation found that 26% of senior executives surveyed felt executive presence was a make or break factor in getting a promotion into a leadership role. And another study found that executive presence was the most commonly cited reason for executives being placed in the top 10% of their peer group. However, it's important to note that executive presence is not the only factor that contributes to effective leadership. In fact, other factors that are equally as important include things like technical expertise, emotional intelligence, and of course, strategic thinking. So what are examples of leaders who possess poor executive presence? Well, as I outlined the top 5, consider if any of them seem familiar or consistent within your work environment. You see leaders with poor executive presence. Number 1, lack self-confidence, meaning they typically appear to be indecisive, hesitant, and uncertain. And they often struggle to make decisions, making their team less likely to follow their lead. 2, they often have poor communication skills, meaning they often struggle to articulate their ideas clearly and effectively. And they often use jargon or technical language that is difficult for others to understand. Or they may just plain old struggle to listen actively and attentively to others. 3, they lack the ability to build strong relationships, meaning they also struggle to gain buy-in from their team when sharing new ideas and initiatives. And they may be perceived as unapproachable, distant, and disconnected from their team. 4, they lack emotional intelligence, which of course is the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions as well as the emotions of others. And leaders with poor emotional intelligence may struggle to connect with their team or may be perceived as insensitive or uncaring. And last 5, they are often considered inflexible, meaning they struggle to adapt to changing situations or to the needs of their team. Therefore, they are perceived as rigid, uncompromising, and may have difficulty gaining buy-in, again, when sharing ideas or initiatives. And overall, leaders with poor executive presence may struggle to inspire and lead their team effectively and may have difficulty achieving their goals or making a positive impact on the organization. Now that we've clarified what's defined as executive presence, shared some interesting statistics, and outlined the characteristics of a leader with poor executive presence, it's time to provide tips for improving. Again, executive presence is the ability to project confidence, competence, and authority while also being approachable and relatable. So here are my 8 simple tips to improve your executive presence. 1, develop a clear and concise communication style. To project confidence and competence, you must be able to communicate your ideas and thoughts effectively. So develop a clear, concise communication style that is easy for others to understand. 2, practice active listening. One of the key components of executive presence is being able to listen actively and attentively to others. This means being fully present in conversations, asking questions, and demonstrating empathy. 3, build strong relationships. Building strong professional relationships with your colleagues and clients is essential for developing executive presence. This involves being approachable, trustworthy, and demonstrating a genuine interest in others. 4, be comfortable with uncertainty, because executives often face complex, uncertain situations. Developing executive presence involves being comfortable with uncertainty and being able to make decisions in the face of ambiguity. 5, develop emotional intelligence. That's the ability to understand and manage your emotions and the emotions of others. It's an essential component of executive presence that helps you build strong relationships, demonstrate empathy, and communicate effectively. 6, project confidence. And you do this by standing straight, making eye contact, and speaking clearly and confidently. 7, dress appropriately. Remember, your appearance is a vital component of executive presence, and dressing appropriately for your role and the occasion will help you project confidence and authority. And finally, 8, seek feedback. You see, it's incredible how quickly you can improve by asking colleagues and mentors for feedback on your communication style, body language, and overall demeanor, and by being open to their constructive criticism. So in closing, if you want to find a direct path to professional growth, career advancement, and financial stability, work on improving your knowledge, your skills, and your executive presence. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.